what kinds of books do you like to read and why?
Well, typically, I'm not a bookworm. I seldom read any books, but sometimes I want to find new interests. And so the first, my uh, preparation is uh, online books. The reason is they are it is easier and faster to find the books you want, and you can store a lot of them on your computer, unlike a traditional book. And my favorite genre is sci-fi and fictional novels. Have you read any books recently that you would recommend to others? Why?
So to be honest, I'm also not a bookworm, but like when I was young, I used to read some books that my mom like recommend to me, and it's really good. So I just recommend that book. Its name is an E, like I don't know, but that book is really popular, and that book was written by the author named like the author from Canada, and yeah, and so that book is give you a really positive energy when I read it. Like it is also my reading that I read all the series of it, and reading that book is my cup of tea, and I really like it. So maybe you can read it one day. So how often do you read books? So do you prefer physical books or ebooks?
Uh, well, first of all, I am quite a busy person when comes to normal day. So usually, probably twice a week if I have enough free time. So as I said, I prefer ebooks, but uh, we also shouldn't be too harsh on physical books. They are, in my opinion, uh, they do the instill part better. You can I think you learn easier with physical books, and you don't get tired or uh, suffer from eyes conditions due to the green screen, blue screen. I mean, but the ebooks is a lot more convenient, and as I say, they are easier to store in a place, unlike physical books, and they also uh, save you a lot of time if you want to find your favorite books to read. What was the last book you read? What did you like or dislike about it?
So I think the last book that I read is the like Toto Chan Next to the Window. Like it is also a really popular book. Like I have read it once in the grade one, and because I started in my bookshelves for a really long time, so I tried to like open it and read it again, and I also have a really nice experience. And like um, when I read it in grade nine, and like for a long times that I have read it. So that's like I have new experience. I have new like feeling about the book, and I think that is a really nice book. And yeah, so I really like that book because it's have some uh, like it is really meaningful. Yeah. So are there any books or authors that have had a significantly impact on you, and why?
Uh, yes, so this one writer that I really adore. His name is Đỗ Đăng Việt. He is a nutrient expert who wrote numerous books on healthy diet and lifestyle. And the thing that makes him stand out is that he stays true to his instill. He actually all the books are taken from his life experience, so they're not just trustworthy, but they also practical. He's also a great man who have done a lot of charity over the years. With one of his most noticeable event is when he donated $2 million to the child abuse uh, group, protect child group. How do you usually choose which books to read? Do you rely on recommendations or do you prefer to explore on your own?
Like I think that there are a variety of ways to the book that it is really suit for to you. Like it is the book that maybe your favorite and like yeah. So I have my own ways that I think that I will not like rely on recommendations. Of course, it's just really helpful for me for finding the book that is like really nice. But I think that I will want to explore by my own that. Um, Okay, so I think that I will want to explore the book on my own. I will read it and like I think that because each person have their different um things about book and like different options. So maybe if that person like and like if the person's like is also have another person will dislike it, so it's really normal if they're if it like have a bad recommendations or good recommendations. So I think that I would like to explore my own because maybe it's really really exciting, like interesting to me. And so I think that I will choose the book from the cover at first, like the name, and I will check for the type of the book because there are a lot of books like horror or another type of book that I is not really like I don't really prefer to read. And I will like read some the introductions and read some page of the book. So if I interested in that book, I will uh, read it from cover to to cover. I think like I will read it like really yeah, I will read it really many times, and I think that it may be my interesting book, so I will prefer to read that book. So, are there any books from your childhood that you still enjoy reading as an adult and why?
Well, there is. However, this books is actually a compilation of multiple small story. It's your basic fairy tale books like The Boy and the Land or Red Hair Girl. But I remember myself, I dive my nose on that books countless time because how colorful and imaginative it is. But when I become older, I start to, uh, you know, uh, read between the lines and find actual uh, lessons and its meanings. For example, the boys and the lamb. It's that story with the boy trick the farmers that the wolf is coming to eat their lamb, but uh, they didn't. So he lied, and after several times, no one believed him, and the lamb actually get eaten. And on the outside, it just seems like your not normal story, but now that you get older, you see that life is full of treachery and lies that you have to uh, nitpick it if you want to survive. It also teach a valuable lesson about the importance of trust and why you should not exploit it. So, are there any books that you have read multiple times? What makes them worth revisiting?
So as I said before, like the book that I really want to recommend to you guys, and the book also my favorite books that I have read multiple times. It's Annie with an E. Like that book was really good. I have read it all the time. Like it is my favorite type, and um, like I said that I'm not a bookworm, so yeah. So I'm not interested so much in book, but this book is really different. A difference, yeah. That it makes me like immersed in the content of the book, and like I've read it from cover to cover and again and again. And this book is really good worth or reading. I think that because it will bring to you a very positive energy. It's talk about the girl named Annie, and yeah, and that girl is a very dreamy girl, and like she's like always happy, and she's talk all the time, and yeah, she's like a talkative girl, and it's sometimes I feel a little annoying because her line is so long, but the content of the book is really interesting, and Annie is it talk about her life. So Annie is growing up in the page, and I can see she being mature in every day. And just that book is really interesting, and it's really worth to read. Yeah. So